everyone, this is Muskan and welcome back to Muskan Flicks. So today we're going to review a new book in one of my favorite series ever. I had it in my book haul as well. I was super pumped to read it and I picked it up as soon as I finished shooting it. And it was not that long, so I finished it in a day and a half. I can't wait to share my thoughts on it with you guys. So without waiting any further, let's get started. Today we're going to be reviewing the newest book in the Percy Jackson series, Percy Jackson and the Chalice of Gods. So Rick Riordan has written a lot of books in the Percy Jackson universe. He started off with the Percy Jackson original 5 books and then continued the story in the Heroes of Olympus series, which was again 5 books. He did continue to write other books in the series from the point of views of Magnus Chase in the Magnus Chase series, Apollos from Trials of Apollo, and Carter and Sadie from the Kane Chronicles. I absolutely loved Trials of Apollo. It was my favorite out of the lot. The close second was definitely the Magnus Chase series. I was not a fan of the Kane Chronicles. I didn't find it as funny. It was not really as engaging to me. But when I heard about a new Percy Jackson book coming out with the point of view of Percy, I was so pumped. I love Percy's point of view. I mean, he's hilarious, he's dumb, and it's a very happy, fun space to be in, honestly. It has been a long time in the Percy Jackson world since we've actually read from Percy's point of view, and he's my favorite character in the whole series. He's super funny, he's super snarky. The moment it came out, I knew I was gonna love it. Even though I knew it was released because of the new Percy Jackson series coming out and Rick wanted to promote it, so he just came out with this book. I couldn't be happier. I was getting a series and a new book. So in the Chalice of Gods, Percy is looking to get into the New Rome University, and the only reason he wants to get into it is because he wants to stay with his girlfriend, Annabeth. But Percy, being the son of one of the big 3, he's one of the forbidden kids. He's not technically allowed to get into New Rome University because the forbidden kids were not allowed to exist only. Right. So for him to actually get into New Rome University and to be able to stay with his girlfriend, Zeus has put one condition, that he will have to get 3 letters of recommendations from 3 different gods. And of course, Poseidon cannot be one of them because he's his father. And it sounds so ridiculous because even after saving the worlds like a bajillion times, Percy has to still get 3 letters of recommendations, whereas the other students can just get into the New Rome University by just showing their SAT scores. What is up with that? The criteria for getting into New Rome University, which is supposedly an institution for demigods, cannot be the same as getting into any other university. That's just ridiculous. So that is what sets up the plot for Percy Jackson and the Chalice of Gods. So this ends the non-spoilery part of the video. If you have not read the book, I would highly recommend reading it. I don't even know why I should recommend it. You should just go read it. It's a new Percy Jackson book and I think that's reason enough to read it. Okay, so let's get started with the spoilery section of the video. So in this book, our OG trio is back: Percy, Annabeth and Grover, and they are all going to go on a quest to find letters of recommendations for Percy. It's ridiculous from the start. The stakes are too low compared to all of the Rick Riordan's books, but I enjoyed every bit of it. So the catch is, Percy cannot go seeking quests from other gods, but the gods have to come to Percy with quests and give letters of recommendations in exchange. So what Poseidon does is like any other embarrassing dad out there. He takes a picture of Percy and he puts these words below it: Percy Jackson will do your quests in exchange for letters of recommendations. That was absolutely hilarious. I mean, Poseidon being Poseidon did what he did. And it actually turned out helpful for Percy because he did get his first quest from Ganymede from that poster. Ganymede is a minor god who is the current cupbearer in Olympus. He was snatched up by Zeus when he was probably 17 because he was just so handsome and Zeus just wanted him to be an accessory in Olympus, which of course made Hera hate his guts. Being the cupbearer, he was in charge of keeping the Chalice of Gods safe. So the Chalice of Gods is what he uses to serve drinks to the gods, and that chalice can also grant immortality to any human being. And he lost it. So he saw the poster, came to Percy and asked for his help, and he said he would be happy to write the letter of recommendation once he finds the Chalice of Gods. Right now, nobody knows it's gone, but if Zeus keeps any get-together, he will find out and he will basically obliterate Ganymede. And Ganymede in turn will obliterate Percy. So yeah, the stakes are not as high in this one. So Ganymede suspects either Iris or Hebe to be the suspects. Iris being the goddess of the rainbow, and the earlier goddess of messaging between gods and demigods, and Hebe being the goddess of youth. They first go check out Hebe, get turned into 8-year-olds because, of course, if you're going to go and accuse a goddess of stealing, that's what she's gonna do to you. And when they went to Iris, she gave them another mini quest of getting her old staff clean. So, after checking out Hebe and getting turned into 8-year-olds and completing the mini quest for Iris, they get the location of the actual thief and they go and check it out. And it turns out to be Gary, the god of old age. He stole it because he was bitter, because the chalice can allow humans to escape old age by gifting them immortality. And then to get the chalice back, he challenged Percy to a one-on-one wrestling duel. And and the way that Percy actually wins the duel is super funny. Because of course he can't win a battle of strength with a god. Right. So at the end of it, Percy just embraces old age. Literally, like he hugs the dude and the dude starts crying and he just gives them the chalice of the gods. I mean, I wasn't even mad, right? I knew it was a promotional book. I wanted to just get into Percy's head again, and Rick gave us exactly that. He gave us a low stakes book to just read and enjoy. It sort of feels like a fan fiction which continues the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series. And honestly, I don't care. I had a very fun time reading it. It's a very light read, and I would give it a 4 out of 5 definitely. So if you've read the book, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe.